In a world that constantly tells men to chase, impress, and perform, Stoicism offers a radically different path. Not louder confidence, not clever tactics, not trying to control how others feel. Ever wondered what it could be? Stoicism teaches something far more powerful: self-mastery. When people talk about having women chase men, what they usually mean is this: how can a man become so grounded, calm, and self-directed that attraction arises naturally, without begging for it or losing himself? The Stoics had an answer long before modern dating advice existed, and it begins with understanding one core principle. You cannot control attraction, but you can control the kind of man you become. Here's the truth. Most women don't chase money, luxury cars, looks, and other superficial things. Deep down, what they seek is stability. A man who is able to remain unshakable while there's chaos out there. A man who has his own goals and his happiness does not depend on her. That groundedness is magnetic. It overrides all the playbooks that have been written on this subject. You see, it has nothing to do with cheap manipulation techniques. It's all about being disciplined, having goals in life, and constantly working toward them, no matter what. A woman should never deter you from your chosen path. However, they'll keep testing you. Once you give in, they'll sense it and immediately start to lose interest in you. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button to ensure that you don't miss out on invaluable self-improvement content. Now, here are 5 Stoic principles that cultivate natural attraction by building character, stability, and inner strength. 1. Master yourself before seeking attention. Stoicism begins where most modern advice ends, with the self. Marcus Aurelius wrote that tranquility comes from focusing on what is essential. For men, this means building a life that stands on its own, independent of approval, attention, or romantic success. Many men struggle with attraction, not because they lack charm, but because they lack direction. When your life revolves around external validation, people feel it. Neediness, even when subtle, creates pressure. The Stoic alternative is discipline. You train your body for health and resilience, not admiration. You sharpen your mind through learning and reflection. You develop routines that give your days structure and meaning. When your life has momentum, you stop chasing attention, and something surprising happens. Attention finds you. 2. Regulate your emotions instead of being ruled by them. Stoicism is often mistaken for emotional suppression. In reality, it's about emotional control. Anyone can react. Few can respond. A man who is ruled by emotion, jealousy, insecurity, impatience, constantly gives his power away. He overreacts to silence, reads into every interaction, and seeks reassurance to steady himself. The Stoic man still feels emotions, but he does not let them dictate his behavior. He pauses before reacting. He remains calm under uncertainty. He doesn't punish others for his discomfort. This emotional steadiness creates trust. People relax around someone who is predictable in the best way, calm, measured, and composed. Stability is attractive because it signals maturity. It says, I can handle myself. 3. Detach from outcomes. Stay present with people. One of the fastest ways to kill connection is obsession with outcomes. When a man is fixated on getting a date, a reply, or a commitment, the interaction becomes transactional. People can sense when they're being treated as a goal rather than a human being. Epictetus taught that peace comes from accepting events as they happen, rather than demanding they unfold a certain way. Applied to relationships, this means showing interest without clinging to results. You speak honestly, without forcing a response. You enjoy conversation for its own sake. You let moments end naturally. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, it means freedom. And freedom creates space. When there is no pressure, curiosity has room to grow. Attraction thrives where there is choice, not expectation. 4. Live by virtue, not performance. Stoicism places virtue at the center of a meaningful life, not image, not status. Virtue means acting with integrity, courage, fairness, and respect, especially when no one is watching. A man who lives by virtue doesn't need to perform confidence. His behavior is consistent. His words align with his actions. His character doesn't shift depending on who is in the room. This matters more than people realize. Charm without substance fades quickly. Confidence without integrity feels hollow. But character creates trust, and trust is the foundation of lasting attraction. People are drawn to those who are real, not rehearsed. 5. Accept that attraction is not owed, and that's your strength. This may be the most difficult Stoic lesson, and also the most freeing. No one owes you attraction. No one owes you interest. No one owes you validation. Once a man truly accepts this, he stops bargaining with his self-worth. He expresses interest clearly and respectfully. Once. If it's returned, he moves forward with calm confidence. If it's not, he steps back without resentment or drama. This willingness to walk away peacefully communicates self-respect. It shows boundaries. It signals emotional independence. Paradoxically, this is often when attraction deepens, because nothing is more compelling than someone who values themselves enough not to beg for what must be given freely. Stoicism isn't about being chaste, it's about being grounded. Stoicism doesn't teach men how to manipulate desire. It teaches them how to become stable, disciplined, and internally complete. When a man masters himself, regulates his emotions, detaches from outcomes, lives by virtue, attraction follows naturally. And when it doesn't, the Stoic remains steady. He doesn't collapse under rejection. He remains whole, regardless of the outcome. That inner freedom is the real reward. Everything else is optional. This is it for now. If you enjoyed today's Stoic lesson, hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing content. Thank you.